Hey guys, Dark Pay here, back in your video. I know it's been a while since I've made any content for my channel. Just been struggling to maintain myself in terms of, what the hell I'm even doing. What am I doing here? Like, what the hell is the point of any of this? You know, I don't even know why the hell I still continue on, even though I know that not only my life, again, and a lot of people have this crazy psychology running through their brain to the point where they're literally oblivious to facts, the truth, and what really goes on here. It's scary. It's scary that like a lot of human beings are just run by such crazy, silly psychology that you know they're almost blindsided to any truths that surrounds them. And it's not easy. It's not easy to be someone who is honest and looking at for what it is. It's a constant battle, man. It's a constant battle every day, mentally, just keeping yourself there, making sure you don't, just keep enduring to persevere, endeavoring to persevere, so to speak. And, it's all we can do. But just like some of us have, scripts that we know we're going to lose in the end. All of us are going to lose. We're all going to be considered losers in the end. That's the hilarious part, right? You have all these human beings who assign labels to other humans and stuff like that, and they don't even realize, they're not aware enough to realize that they're also in the same game where they're not protected. They're not invincible to the fact of life, reality, and the fact that it's all dead ends. At the end of the day, all these human pursuits, all these discoveries and inventions and stuff like that. Yes, even though it helps human beings and majority of human beings in their quality of life, at the end of the day, there's only so much inventions we can make up, that are actually useful. And at the end of the day, we can't win in the end because nature already has us. It already has us in the DNA. It already has the whole script written, so to speak. And you're just playing your story. You're playing out your life, and you're sitting there and experiencing all what life has in your story, so to speak. You know, that's a thing I want to bring up, is this idea that like of experiences, because experiences really do determine your whole life. I mean, all these experiences, whether it may be good or bad, it really does dictate what outcomes happen to you or someone you know. And it sucks, man. I mean, it's really just horrific. It's horrific that this is how this life is played out. And human beings are supposed to be intelligent. They're supposed to be able to honestly look at it for what it is and make logical conclusions based off that observation, and the observation that I can glean with my own eyes and stuff like that. It's the futility. It's just so obvious, the futility of all this shit, but I'm not saying just to completely give up and stuff like that. If you are functional, if you're not in the worst kind of pain and stuff like that, try your best to do what you can in terms of leaving a mark that's better than you left it. Like try to make improvements wherever you can, or do what you can to try to don't be a blight, so to speak. Don't be an asshole, and that's it. It really shouldn't be that difficult. And so I mean, it's this video is not going to be super on topic with anything. It's gonna be a pretty off subject video, but because there's a lot to talk about in terms of these different subjects, in terms of antinatalism, specifically ephilism, and just the idea that, like, life is more friction than function. Life produces less. It produces less than what was really worth. It produces more pain than what it really is worth. I just don't see any point to it. I don't see the point in all the struggle that people have to continue to experience day in and day out. Listen to people's stories of, like my one coworker at my new job, he told me that that his father passed away, and this was his first week in this job. It's crazy. It's crazy how things can happen like that to people. That it doesn't even have to be happening to you, but the fact that it's happening, like it's a real thing in this universe. It's just these events are happening to other people, and they're experiencing certain sensations and produced by the brain, and that there's a cavern of difference between a good sensation and a bad sensation. And it kind of like, it almost kind of makes me like shocked that like there's not enough people talking about what it means to be alive, what it means to be conscious and aware, and what it means to actually really understand your place in the world, and what does that entail in the end? What is all this really for? And once you look at it scientifically and stuff like that, you know that the whole idea of the DNA and replicating for the sake of replicating, because its only function is to replicate. And you have all these mechanisms, these chemical reactions that happen in brains, these hormonal things that try to push the organism to reproduce, to just make copies, and keep doing this stupid fucking, this whole stupid game of lay eggs and die. This animalistic game of futility. Laying eggs in a world that's unsustainable, laying eggs in a world that's trying to kill you. Makes no sense. Animals don't understand that. Do you really think they understand that the world's trying to kill them? Or not the world per se, but nature is trying to kill you. It's trying to get you out of the way, so to speak. It's trying to get you out of here. Whether it's bacteria, just parasites, diseases. It doesn't have to be a physical thing like earthquakes or tornadoes or hurricanes and shit like that physically are trying to kill you. It's not trying to, but you're in danger. All these things that just constantly happen year after year. It's crazy. It's just crazy that this is a reoccurring thing that happens, and human beings just don't think about it. They don't bat an eye about it. They don't think about, here I am, a bug on planet Earth. That's all we are as human beings. We're just bugs. Just like all these other bugs, these organisms. Even bugs themselves, we're all just bugs, man. We're just different sized bugs, but we're still bugs in the end of the day on planet Earth. And we're just eking out like a bug, finding their shelter. Crazy, man. It's just crazy that you'll still put a new victim here, like a new bug, to play the bug's life. You really think that makes any stupid sense? Makes any retarded sense to subject someone to life of bug? No, I don't think it's fucking worth it. I think it's really stupid. I think it's reckless. It's cruel. It's horrific, even because of what's at stake. So many people are unfortunate in life, and they have to pay the highest price possible for no reason, and it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable that shit like this happens all the time, and no one bats an eye on it. People think it's just normal. It's tradition. It's just tradition. Let's just keep it going because we've always done this. It's tradition. Crazy, man. It's just so fucking crazy. And it's even more crazier when you're in a world where you know that you feel alienated, you feel like you just don't belong here, and you know, and yet somehow people who tell themselves that they don't belong here seem to have more integrity than most people, man. And it's just so sad that the people that do off themselves, the people that do, kill themselves and say, I'm done with this life. This is just stupid. It's retarded. It goes nowhere. Those people, the ones that took their own lives, probably had the just such integrity. I feel like most people probably that do decide that fate for themselves, have, you have to have balls to be able to do it, man. It just, I've had comments, people tell me, oh, if you hate it so much, just fucking kill yourself, just off yourself, so to speak. And, all these people, these stupid people that are so ignorant to what it truly takes, it doesn't, they just trivialize it. They think it's all no big deal, no big deal, man. No price is paid here. There's a button that you could just press that says, get out of here. Oh, you hate your life and you don't want to be here anymore? Too bad. There's no easy out. That's the reality that unfortunately people have to live. They have to live with that fact that they don't want to be here. They didn't ask to be here, and maybe they're losing. Maybe they have a stream of bad luck and things are not going well. Things are not progressing for the better for certain individuals. If not, it's just, it's getting worse. And those individuals don't have an easy button that says, I don't want to play anymore. I didn't ask for any of this. Let me just get out of here gracefully. There's no button for that for many people that don't want to be here. And so when you get comments like that, people saying, oh, if you hate it, why don't you just get out of here? Yeah, show me the button. Show me that easy button I could press. It would be no problem if it was a graceful exit. And I could just get out of here like that. Like no big deal. But that's not how reality works. That's not how this world works, unfortunately. And it should be something given by all human beings. Especially those with some, again, I can't even imagine some of the lives that I've seen. Even some documentaries I've seen where, you have these kids that are literally thrown out the fucking house at like 10 years old and, homeless. I mean, how do you live a life like that? How are you supposed to cope? It's pretty much over. I mean, where's the future in that? Especially if it's in a fucking third world country, but where it's completely garbage. I mean, a lot of these thoughts that I have about these things, about life, what it means to be alive, what are we doing here? Why do we have to keep doing this? And there is no good reason. There really is no good reason. We're just perpetuating addictions and making up rationalizations for these stupid traditions that we keep going on and on and on. Cliches that we have to keep playing. Scripts that keep being written over and over and over again. Constantly being written, same Shakespearean plays being written over and over again. I mean, Shakespeare's already done it all. He's already written all the stories that could be written. And we're just playing out cliches, playing out just things that have been there, done that, so to speak. And it's heartbreaking, man. It's just. Life is just fucking brutal. Truly brutal. I mean, you have good people that, they won't even fucking hurt a fly, man, and they just get shit out of luck, man. Good people, truly good people that want the best for people, man. They don't want people to be suffering for what? Something to fucking achieve here. Why would I want to suffer? For what? Just so I can have a psychological, notion in my head that I'm a winner. Oh, I'm a millionaire. I made a lot of money in a month, and the price of that was creating a bunch of losers, and I'm worth it somehow. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Um, I don't know. Just this world is fucking sick, man. I mean, it's really sick. A lot of people you can't even have real conversations with because they can't handle it. They can't handle the truth. They can't be real with people because they always have to put a mask on. They always have to perceive themselves as, not standing out. They have to, join the club, so to speak, join the bandwagon. Because if you are seen as an outlier, you're seen as a black sheep, so to speak, then, you get treated like shit. You get treated like something's wrong with you, like you've done something wrong, like because you're not doing what others expect of you, what society expects of you. Oh, you're supposed to do this at this age. Oh, you're supposed to do that. Oh, you're supposed to get your life together. Oh, you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that because I've achieved it. I've done it. You haven't. See, like, again, it's not hard to have that mentality, not hard to have that psychology of, comparing people or wanting up people or having this competitive mindset. A lot of people have that going on with them. I don't know, just this world is just something about it just really fucking demented. It's just such a fucking crazy madhouse, whatever you want to call it. Just people are just so fucking focused on themselves, so hyper focused to the point where they have main character syndrome. They think the world, gravity, everything, the electrons, protons, everything's at their whim. It moves for their sake. They think that, I did it all. It's all on me. No outside sources. It was just all me. And I've seen it all. I've seen those arrogance. In real time. I've talked to people, met people like that where they're just so arrogant. They're so they act like they have their whole life figured out. They have it all planned out. It's just it's just such arrogance. We're talking about circumstances. It's and experiences too. It's just experiences and circumstances. Reacting and acting. That's it, Multiple negative experiences and very little to no positive experiences. The equation for that is not going to equal a positive. Okay, it's just like mathematics, and putting it into an equation, right? Let's say a 1 plus, -2. It's not going to give you a positive number. It's just not. It's not going to give you a positive number. 1 plus -2 is not going to give you a positive number, man. It's just not. And people want to cope and pretend like it's going to, or there may be, but again, everything has to stem from experiences, and that's what dictates and what determines outcomes. Nothing else. I mean, literally, you can make you can do everything in your power to try to make change, but again, it has to all do with electrons and protons. If they're not doing it first, if they're not moving, things won't happen. So, I don't know what else to say. I know it's been a while since I made a video. Lots of things have been going on in my life. Just been struggling, mentally, and just it's just hard, man. Just this life it's not for everyone, man. It's definitely not for kind-hearted people or people that are decent or honest. Life isn't made for people like me. I mean, I'm just not made to be abused and used. I'm just not. I'm not that. I don't like to be a person that has to be a victim, and I don't want to be someone who wants to create victims. Just not made for this fucking world, man. I'm just really not. Don't belong here. An alien. You can call me an alien. I don't know what the fuck. What's the point of this whole human experience when, you know, it's all dead end. So I don't know. I think that's it, guys. I guess that's it for my video. I'll try making more videos. Just I'm not really in the best mood, man. Not really. I know I need to do better, but just not really in a good mood, man. All right, we'll see you guys. Whatever.